Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all will be fine at your home. My dear students, there are some points that you have to follow. First, now you have to make your notes. Okay? And you have to make your notes from chapter number 1, which I will send in PDF form. Okay? And second is you have to give your attendance through chat box. In chat box section, you have to write your name, class and section also. Okay? So today we will study chapter 8, that is famous first. Okay? So famous first means person they have done some work which have not been done earlier. That's why they are called first person to do that thing. Okay? So in this chapter you can see there are some names. They are called famous first. So number first, the first space traveler. So who was the first space traveler? This is Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin was the first space traveler. Do you know about space traveler? Scientists go to space by space shuttle. Not only science expertise, also a good physics and required strong mental health to go in space. So it is really a unique achievement to go in space. So the first person to travel to space was Yuri Gagarin. Okay, so we will take on E. It means Yuri Gagarin was the first person travel on space. Okay, number second, the first woman to climb Mount Everest. Do you know that Mount Everest is world's highest mountain peak and it is 8,848 meter high from sea level and its slope is steep and climb up is the most difficult task. To climb upon Mount Everest, one needs very strong willpower and good stamina. So it is a very proud thing that an Indian lady, Bachendri Pal, was the first woman of the world who scaled up Mount Everest. Bachendri Pal was the first woman to climb Mount Everest and Bachendri Pal belonged to India. She was an Indian. Okay. Number third, the first man to reach the South Pole. As we know, the earth is like a sphere. It has two poles. It rotates on its own axis. The two ends of the axis are known as North Pole and South Pole. So the South Pole is full of glaciers and it is quite challenging to reach South Pole. Roald Amundsen became the first person to reach South Pole. So the first man to reach the South Pole is Roald Amundsen. Okay. Number 4, the first man on the moon. Do you know that moon is the satellite of the earth? And the first person was Neil Armstrong, who landed on moon. And do you know the gravitation of moon is 1/6 than that of earth. मीन्स जो अर्थ का जितना ग्रेविटेशन है उसका 1/6 ग्रेविटी मून पे होता है. So who was the first man on the moon? So Neil Armstrong is the first man on the moon. Okay. Number 5, the first cricketer to score 100 international centuries in Test and One-day cricket. I know you all like to play cricket. Yes? It is such an interesting game. And do you know the Sachin Tendulkar? He is also known as Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar. And he started playing cricket in very young age at international level. He became the first person in the international cricket world to score 100 international centuries in Test and One-day cricket. So, the Sachin Tendulkar is the first cricketer to score 100 international centuries in Test and One-day cricket. Okay. Number 6, the first Chinese traveler to visit India and leave a record. In history, India was the center of knowledge and enlightenment to the world and also a rich country. Many tourists from across the world used to come to India to know the culture and obtain the education. In that way, Fayan was the first Chinese traveler who visited India and recorded his journey details and his thought about India and its culture and diversity. Also, he was greatly influenced by Indian spirituality. He left a record of his experience. So, who was the first Chinese traveler to visit India and leave a record? This is Fayan. Fayan is the first Chinese traveler to visit India and leave a record. Okay. Number 7, the first woman to become a prime minister. So, Sirimao Bandanaike is the first woman to become a prime minister. And it is a very proud thing that a woman to become a prime minister. So, Sirimao Bandanaike is the first woman to become a prime minister in the world. And Question number 8. The first president of the United States of America. President. The President of the United States is the head of state and head of government of the USA. So, the first president of the USA, George Washington. We can say United States of America, USA. It means the USA is short form of United States of America. And now, can you tell me the name of present president of the USA? So, Donald Trump is the present president of the United States of America. And tell me the name of present president of India. Yes, Ramnath Kovind is the present president of the India. And we can see here is a section, do you know? Do you know Florence Nightingale was the first person to establish the profession of nursing. She nursed the wounded soldiers of the Crimea War 1853 to 1856 and was lovingly nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp. Means Florence Nightingale was the first person to establish the profession of nursing. Dear students, your homework is you have to read this chapter again and you have to write chapter number first, animals nickname, in your notebook. Okay, you have to write it in your notebook in neat and clean handwriting. Okay, so thank you and God bless you.